Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled amidst dense woods, there lived a sweet and innocent little girl named Little Red Riding Hood. She was adored by everyone for her kind heart and loving nature. One day, her dear grandmother fell ill, and Little Red Riding Hood's mother decided to send her to deliver a basket of goodies to the old woman's cottage, hoping it would lift her spirits. With her red cloak and a basket filled with freshly baked bread, fruits, and a jar of honey, Little Red Riding Hood set off on her journey. Her mother warned her not to stray from the path, for the woods were known to be dangerous, and there were tales of a cunning and wicked wolf lurking around. As Little Red Riding Hood walked through the woods, she noticed the beauty of nature around her, the birds chirping, the gentle rustling of leaves, and the scent of wildflowers in the air. But amidst the tranquility, the wolf was indeed watching her from a distance, his eyes gleaming with mischief. The wolf, knowing that he couldn't approach Little Red Riding Hood directly, hatched a wicked plan. He decided to take a shortcut to her grandmother's house and beat her there. Upon reaching the cottage, the wolf knocked softly on the door, mimicking the little girl's gentle taps. The unsuspecting grandmother, believing it was her granddaughter, called out, "Come in, my dear." With an evil grin, the wolf entered the cottage, quickly devouring the grandmother. He then disguised himself by wearing her nightcap and nightgown, waiting eagerly for Little Red Riding Hood's arrival. As the sun began to set, Little Red Riding Hood reached her grandmother's cottage. She noticed the door was slightly ajar and entered, calling out, "Grandma, I've brought some goodies for you." "Come closer, my dear," said the wolf in a voice that resembled the grandmother's. Little Red Riding Hood approached the bed, peering at the figure beneath the covers. "Grandma, what big ears you have," she said, her innocence shining through. "All the better to hear you with, my dear," replied the wolf. "Grandma, what big eyes you have," she continued. "All the better to see you with, my dear," replied the wolf again, his stomach growling with anticipation. "Grandma, what big hands you have," Little Red Riding Hood observed. "All the better to hug you with, my dear," the wolf said, his mouth watering. Finally, Little Red Riding Hood noticed the wolf's sharp teeth and exclaimed, "Grandma, what big teeth you have." The wolf could no longer contain himself and lunged forward to devour the little girl. But just then, a brave woodsman, who had been passing by and suspected the wolf's malicious intent, rushed in. With a single swing of his axe, he rescued Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother, slaying the wicked wolf. The village celebrated the heroism of the woodsman and thanked him for saving the day. Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother were forever grateful for his courage. From that day on, Little Red Riding Hood learned to be cautious in the woods, and she never strayed from the path again. The tale of her daring escape from the wicked wolf spread throughout the land, reminding all children to heed their parents' advice and stay safe from the dangers that lurk in the shadows. And so, the legend of Little Red Riding Hood lives on, teaching valuable lessons to generations to come.